Welcome back to Next Good Thing, a channel where I help you do stuff. Nobody's good to be back. He missed her a lot.
I mean, my steps varied from 16,000 to 28,000 one day. The lifesaver that was available in Japan was renting a pocket Wi-Fi.
Let's just leave a moment of time for me to... Excuse you.
It's perfectly okay to take a time out for yourself.
Now, we're going to do some fun stuff. We're going to talk about the highlights, and Courtney is going to take us through some of the footage of what she shot while we were there.
This is the Tokyo Metropolitan Government Building, and I especially just wanted to show that there was already a sign for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. It's coming up. So right now, especially in Japan, they're doing all this renovation in preparation for it.
I will say a lot of times, just from studying histories of a lot of countries, we've studied a lot of histories of a lot of countries together. That's a story for another day. Going during the prep phase of an Olympics is often great. Yes. Going immediately after or right before an Olympics is substantially less great.
Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely, like I'm planning on going to Japan again next year. I would definitely recommend not going in 2020 just because it's going to be very crowded. Unless you want to go into the countryside or somewhere far up north.
Or you just really like sports. Or the Olympics are what you're there for.
Or you really want to go to the Olympics.
Yeah.
But if you're just someone like me who's like, I'm fine watching the Olympics on television.
Yeah, if you're going to try and go to the Olympics and also enjoy a lot of other things while you're there, that's probably not a good call. Because so much of a country's resources are focused on the Olympics when they throw in Olympics.
Yeah. So this clip was just me wanting to show like, hey, look, the Tokyo 2020 Olympics.
Pretty cool.
And also that the Tokyo Metropolitan Government Building was actually very well designed. It was designed to look like a microchip. So when you look at the clip, you'll kind of see if you can notice that. It's so cool. It's so cool. Like Japanese design is beautiful.
That's amazing. That's really cool. One more note about the Olympics. If you're wondering why we're cautioning against going somewhere at what seems like such a huge monumental time. Olympics are only every 2 years, only every 4 years for the season that you are interested in, whatever that is. You might think to yourself, if I had the chance to go, why wouldn't I go? It's because, first of all, a lot of factors that are individual for each country, but also because the demographics and safety of where you're going tend to be a lot less predictable because you have so many people coming from so many different countries that it can be very overwhelming for local law enforcement to predict what crimes they need to protect against and the way that reactions to how things go in the sporting world will affect the surrounding culture. There are a lot of factors to be taken in. And if you're just a super adventurous person and you want to brave it, go for it. But if, like a lot of people watching this channel, you struggle with your own anxieties or you have your own worries and you just want to make it a more easygoing time, it's best to visit a country when that country is most like itself, instead of when it's trying to accommodate everyone in the world, which is what an Olympics is trying to do.
And not to mention, you're going to have added transportation time, added time in lines, maybe certain restaurants you want to go to may not be available, or certain hotels where you want to stay may not be available, just because of the large influx of people.
I like to say, and I do think this comes from moving from Arizona to California, there's a surprisingly big difference in culture in terms of what things are important. I noticed when I moved to California that it's a culture that's much more focused on people, and when you travel to California, you're as excited to see the places as you are about the potential of seeing who lives there, whether it's a movie star or a musician and you really hope you want to go there. If you're a person who is really into seeing people and you hope that you see someone like that, an Olympics or a big event that concentrates people is a good idea. But if you're the kind of person who wants to go and see the nation and want to see what that looks like when it stands still, you want to see those beautiful landscapes.
Yeah.
You want to experience these restaurants. You want to go to these, you know, outdoor markets without them being so crowded that you feel claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Then it's a better time to go when it's stasis.
Yeah.
Fair?
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that.
Cool. All right, next one. Here's your pretty face.
I think I threw him some selfies in there when we were around. This is either Shinjuku or Shibuya. And yes, I took a picture of the large Logan poster.
Okay, this is really important, viewers. Did you like the movie Logan? Please leave a comment below, because everyone I know loves that movie, including me, because it's amazing. It's the best of the Wolverine-related X-Men franchise films, and she does not care for it at all, and I'm appalled.
I did not care for it.
This causes a rift. We have profound disagreements. So please leave a comment. Leave a comment. Like this video if you liked Logan. Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to encourage people to dislike this video if they didn't like Logan, but
if you didn't like Logan, then just comment.
yeah.
But don't just like the video, man. We work on these things.
I'm just saying, he got an innocent family killed for no reason.
It was tragic. It's not. A lot of factors went wrong.
They
It wasn't just
have to
him.
stop. They didn't have to stop.
When
They could have
Professor
just kept going.
When Professor
Logan had
X
ready to.
says
He was
to
like,
stop,
we
you
should
stop.
just go. We should just go. We don't need to involve them. But no, we gotta have this nice family moment.
But when a 90-year-old man, especially when that 90-year-old man is Professor X, says, I'm tired and hungry, can we stop in this super remote area and get some food and a night's rest? They could have said no!
Hotel to stop and take a rest. They didn't have to bother this really nice family.
They weren't bothered, it was an offer. It just...
When you have people
Leave a comment.
cutting you down.
We're going to Japan now.
We're going back to this because we cannot start this. We cannot rehash this.
So yeah, Logan poster, I appreciate that.
Logan poster. I think this was our first, no, this was our first temple visit, I want to say.
Okay.
The Asakusa Temple.
Cool. Tell me about that. What is that?
The Asakusa Temple is one of the oldest temples, I believe, in Japan.
Cool.
And it is a Buddhist temple which is separate from the Shinto shrines. Yes. That was just footage of one of the guardians at the temple.
Guardians?
In the front of every temple and every shrine, there's usually 2 guardians. At least for the Buddhist temples, there's usually one has their mouth closed and one has the mouth open. And it's a teaching that it's kind of like the opposites. So one is always listening and one is always speaking. I think that's just me going through the shops. Because all along the streets to the temple were different shops. Oh yeah, and then inside the actual temple itself, so you can see how intricate it is. When you go to Japan, a lot of the temples are much more intricate, and the Shinto shrines are more holistic, more nature focused.
Are there always that many shops around a temple?
Yes, temples and shrines a lot of times do have a lot of shops nearby them because they're visited very frequently by current believers as well as from other tourists. So it makes good business sense to have it all around, as well as even the shrines and temples themselves will have items to sell, such as the charms that I bought, or fortunes that you can grab to see to figure out what your fortune is.
Yeah. Are these all related to the temple, or are these just shops that you can go to?
A lot of times they're more tourist focusing shops, so you could go in there and get your tengui, you could get kimono rentals, you could get different foods, like street foods. So, you know, I think it was part for tourists, but part for current people who are going.
Cool. Oh my god, the sushi is insane
That's
looking.
the sushi I made.
You made that?
Yeah.
She made that, guys. I just don't think I have anything to say other than show this footage to people and have them be relaxed by its cuteness.
It's just so cute. Oh, hi. Hi, human. Oh, thank you for the nuts.
Hi, friend.
Those are pretty good. Nom nom. I already got more. Give me the nuts.
It was so cute. Once he or she, I want to say she, once she got to the temple on the other side, she was just like, I can't.
I'm just a humble deer.
Not worthy of entering.
I do not have anything to offer.
And I walked away.
So cute.
So cute. I felt like a Disney princess.
Ooh, the ice cream you were talking about.
Yes, that was one of them. That was actually in the maid cafe. We did go to a maid cafe.
Oh,
And I
cool.
tried to get footage, but the maids did not like you videotaping inside.
Oh, maids. Like not like maids?
No, like maids.
Delicious, delicious. Meow, meow, cute.
That does not code to something that I am familiar with. Like
No.
maids, like pretty maids, or maids like I am a young lady.
It's somewhere in the middle. Okay, so in Tokyo's anime world, you have what's called like the cute French maid, who's like,
Okay.
and there are cafes where you go to, specifically a maid cafe, and you come in and you're their master or mistress, and they're like super cute, super peppy, and like everything all around is pink and pastel, and you like, depending on what you want to do, they'll do like delicious spells on your food, and like
That's such a
if you
unique
pay to take
experience.
pictures. It's a very unique experience. With these, with my group though, they were not. It was a really startling new thing for them. I knew what it was going into it. A lot of the client base for like maid cafes are usually guys who don't have girlfriends.
That's
or,
not great.
You know, and it's, I mean, but it's perfectly consenting. It's not like an escort service.
But it's not. It seems like a strip club. Like Americans would think of it as a strip club
right,
sort of
but it's
mentality.
not. Yeah.
It's considered completely socially acceptable.
It is completely socially acceptable because there's no removal of clothes. It is just them serving food and like singing and dancing.
It just happens to
being
also
cute.
provide some emotional comfort to people.
Kind of, yeah, because they'll be like, oh, mistress, here's your food. We're gonna do a delicious spell together.
And they'll treat you the same if you're a man or a woman.
Yeah, and I got my ice cream. I was called a mistress, and I'm like, oh, that's so cute. And the ice cream parfait is like a little bunny.
Oh, so it's just about making you feel all fancy and wait about.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's what it is. And there are butler cafes too, where
Ah.
guys dress up really nice and will say, like, oh, mistress, here's your food. And you're like, oh, thank you. I really needed this ice cream. Let me tell you about my feelings while I gaze at your lovely face.
Yeah, that definitely doesn't code to an experience that I can relate it to.
Yeah.
That's just a thing unto
That's
itself.
okay, when we go, we'll
That's
go
fine.
to a butler cafe.
That's fine that I don't understand. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean that it's bad
No.
or good or anything. It's just
It's just a new experience.
yeah, and that's A+ for what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's what vacation is for, is to try these new things.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my brain's gonna be thinking about that for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is
speaking of unexpected, I feel like it's time for the robot show.
Robot show!
Robot show!
So she went to something called a robot show. I don't know if I made you do that, but I definitely suggested if you had the opportunity to go.
I wanted to go to a robot show.
Okay.
I'd seen Jenna Marbles' video and a couple other videos on the robot shows, and I'm like, this is worth it.
Yeah, like another experience that does not code to something that I understand.
Yeah, and normally it would be, I think the entrance price was 8,000 yen, which is about like $78, but the hostel we were staying at had a special buy-in deal where if you stay with them, they will give you a discount, so it turns into like 6,000 yen, which is about $58.
Okay, so they're a big attraction.
It's a big attraction for people.
Because this is a new experience that does not code to a lot of people's lived experiences, and the video will entertain you once you know what it is, but it's not going to do anything to explain to you what's happening. So can you explain to us what these robot shows are?
Okay. Basically what happens is you go in and you enter in a neon rainbow lounge. And the clip that I have included was a special edition where, because we had to wait a little longer, they were giving out free sake. And I was like, yes please! And you know, we had my glass up, but then there was a guy going out there doing like a big dance, dressed as a yokai and pouring the sake. It's a Japanese, like a demon or like a monster creature.
Do you want to drink that demon liquor?
It's a very loose, difficult to translate.
Is it sort of like the green fairy in Absinthe? Like, it's a demonish thing, but it's not there to hurt you, it's just sort of there to guide you on this journey? Or?
No, it wasn't like a particular yokai to the drink.
Oh, okay.
It was just a yokai.
Just a yokai in a good mood, feeling like giving you alcohol?
Yeah.
Alright.
Felt like giving you alcohol with some taiko drums. We're like, yeah, we're into this. For me.
Give me that alcohol.
Give me that sake, sure. And so then after that, we were told to go downstairs and through a long flight of stairs. You then enter the robot arena, and there's 2 sides, each with 3 rows, and you are pretty tightly compacted when you're seating, but that's because they really have to make use of all the space.
Okay.
And they will introduce.
So it's something that sorry, just to interrupt. So it's something if you have issues with personal space or are a little claustrophobic, if it's severe, not recommended for you. If you can control it, it's something, just prepare yourself emotionally for it.
Yeah.
It's a very, not intellectually, that's not what I mean. It's a very sensory, stimulatory experience.
Yes, it is all lights, sounds, and very few bathroom breaks, but they will give you plenty of time. They'll say, okay, you can go to the bathroom now, but just know that it will be another 15 minutes before you have that opportunity to do so.
Okay. And it's like a parade?
It is, because think of it this way, it's kind of like the seats are going up in levels, and then the stage floor is all in front of you. So I was in the front row. So it's very, very close to what's going on. And there's really not a lot of space for maneuvering around. So they have very strict guidelines for like when you can get up and out of your seat.
Okay.
But they will serve you drinks beforehand. Maybe
it's more of a drink
food.
experience than
it's more of a drink experience.
So you'll get dinner after.
Yeah, you could get dinner before or after. But then while the show is going on, you're in the dark. There will be screens on both sides, very wide, that will try to give you some context. Like mine was, at first there was a sacred forest that was being threatened by evil robots. And so that's just the story you're going into.
You're not going to get any of this from the clips.
No.
It's not there.
No. And then it'll be like that sort of story, and then it breaks, and then there'll be like another somewhat story, like here's King Robot, and you're like, okay, we're just going to watch King Robot.
Meets parade in a sort of fashion show like strip.
Yeah, that's how I explain it. It's a fashion show like strip where it's
with alcohol.
With alcohol, and there will be people dancing. There will be a lot of neon lights, robots that are like huge robots, and sometimes there are people dressed in black who are helping to get them on the stage, or someone who's in there to help work them. And it's a different show each time, is what I've been told. And so they switch it out a lot.
A different show like every time they perform?
No.
Okay,
no.
that was like, that's a lot.
Like within the night, it's different shows.
Oh, okay, got
Yeah.
it. So it's like if you go to like, I don't know what the times are, but just go with me. If you go to like a 7:30 show, it won't be the same as like a 10 p.m. show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's kept in very close quarters, so it's especially sometimes you're told to like, gotta lean back and like, don't lean this forward, you know. And they go around with something to like help guide you. But in any case, so it's about a 45-minute show, broken up into chunks.
I feel like it would make you pumped.
It did, because towards the end they handed out these like these glow sticks. And you're just sitting there like, yeah,
So we're adding rave into
this. So at one point it's all like Michael Jackson music and a Corvette going through and
Inside on a runway.
And we're like, what? You know, like, but most of it you're just going with it like, yeah, that's cool. Or there'd be like a fight and there'd be some steam effects,
but because
and lasers.
because it's sort of like a fashion show meets a parade, you just don't do the logic. You're like, whatever, you're art.
Yeah, you don't question it. You're just like, oh hey, that looks cool.
Yeah.
Or like, whoa, there's a big demon thing there. Nice. You know, and a lot of times like some of the footage it's just me going like this, because I'm like, wow, what is that?
Everything's everywhere.
Everything's everywhere.
I can imagine like
I try to shoot this with some logic, but I think part of it's just me going like, whoa, look at this robot.
Yeah, I mean that's the only way to describe it. I feel like after an experience like that, I would just want to eat a large meal in a dark room. Like, I would just want like something just calm and just
I did end up doing that. I ended up getting dinner after the show, because before the show I was a little too busy and really only had like a little bit of kimbap, and so then after the show I got the proper meal and was like, okay, I needed this just to wind down from that roller coaster.
That's amazing. So that's our video for today, guys. Please, if you have more information about Japan or the cultures or the experiences that we've talked about that clarify some questions we had, please feel free to leave a comment below. We always want to learn more. Also, don't forget to like and leave a comment with your opinions about Logan, because we will not come to a decision on this between ourselves.
We will not, because I am firmly in the do not like category.
That's nonsense. Okay, so anyway, please like, subscribe, share with your friends, and please come back every Wednesday when I release new videos. I believe in you! Bye!